And I think we're live. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Rich Schnyderite here, publisher of the Night Report, joined by Chris Nalwasky, our beat writer. We just watched Rutgers get pretty much demolished in the first half, but had a nice little comeback in the second and lost to Penn State by a total of 75-67. Chris, where do we begin?
Man, I don't know. It's a lot of the same right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're not rebounding. The defense was shaky. They're not scoring, missing free throws. They had a nice run in the second half, but obviously, as Pleco and like all coaches say, you gotta play a full 40 minutes. And obviously, Rutgers didn't do that today. This is when they had to have, but the losing streaks, now at 5.
Yeah, 5 games in a row, 5 Big Ten games lost. I don't even know where to begin. The team just looked very bad in the first half. I think they scored, 1 3-pointer in the first half? 1 of 7 from 3, 1 of 3 from the free throw line. Both those have to improve if you want any chance of winning games at all.
Sure.
I don't know what's been going on from the three-point line. They've been taking questionable shots. They've been taking contested shots. It seems like they're playing a little ball hoggish at times.
Mm-hmm.
I know there was a couple times from mid-range, Caleb McConnell had, I want to say 15 plus seconds on the shot clock. I think I actually tweeted it out. 15 plus seconds on the shot clock multiple times in a row and just took a contested basket for the hell of it. I don't know why. The offense just looks lackluster. It doesn't look like anyone's really moving. The ball is definitely not moving. I don't know. It's just it's not pretty. Let me fix this.
I mean, I don't know if it's like a mental thing at this point, but like you said, it's a little ball-ish. The ball's not moving. But I mean, I don't know. Pleco says it's on him. But they have to get ready fast for Indiana over the weekend.
Yeah, and I was going to ask him about that. I thought it was kind of crazy just looking back at it with the whole COVID thing. You have to go home right now at 10 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
By the time you get home, it's probably midnight. You're probably going straight to bed.
Sure.
Go to bed, wake up, probably got to practice early in the morning. I'm assuming if I was him as coach, I'd probably rip into my players at tomorrow's practice, and we're doing suicides nonstop. But regardless, so you have that, 24-hour, I guess, layover, and then you're going right back out to Indiana because you have to be there the day before for testing protocols and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be another game where these guys are probably going to be tired.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw it today early on. I think you saw Miles early on too, just shrugging his head at times. He looked gassed within the first 5 minutes of the game, and it's just, I thought when Cliff came back that would kind of go away, and it just didn't.
Yeah, it helped them the other day. I mean, I know, and Penn State played Tuesday. Rutgers was off for 6 days, so
that's another thing.
I'm not sure. I mean, I know classes started, but I'm sure classes started everywhere. So
that's another thing, though. Like these 6-day rests that they've had back to back, 7-day rest, whatever it was with Wisconsin.
6 days each, Beth. Yeah.
You'd think it would help these guys, but in reality, it looks like it's probably hurting them at this point to have too much rest. But that's where I'm kind of playing both sides of the fence right there with the whole Indiana argument. But I mean, looking at it, I don't think Jacob Young played the last 9 minutes of the game at all. Speaking of which, I thought he said early on in the season he's going to dunk everything from now on. No more layup attempts, and then he misses such
he missed the first. You know what? I thought of the same thing. I thought he missed the first one.
That's fine, Jacob. You missed the early one. That's okay. Whatever. Bounce back real quick. What does the team do? They start the game 15 of 29 from layups.
Mm-hmm.
That slightly over 50% from layups. Layups.
Mm-hmm.
What is going on? Oh, there's that. There's the rebounding. Much bigger team than Penn State. And the first half, you got what? Out-rebounded. Hold on, where is it?
For the game, they got rebounded by, I think, 13, 42-27.
Oof. Yeah, that's... Oh, my God.
It seemed like I know looking at the numbers, like offensive rebound wise, it was pretty even, but it just seemed like Penn State was getting every offensive rebound. The second chance points was 10-8 Penn State, but it seemed like a lot more. I know Penn State got the big rebound late in the game when Rutgers needed to get it, and but obviously Penn State came up with more plays than when it mattered.
All right, before we get to questions, I got some numbers I've been writing down.
Sure.
Before today, they're shooting 36% from the field, and they're losing streak or whatever. They're 4 games. 27 from 3. You're not winning games with either of those. Then on top of that, 1 3 in the first half. 1 goddamn 3. Whatever. Change the starting lineup. Just change it. I'm tired of it.
I thought about asking Pleco about that, switching something up, but
it's clearly not working. I mean, I don't know if you have to get Jacob kind of looked like he rushed a little bit at times, so maybe take him and put him back on the bench and get that little spark off the bench that you need. Mathis, again, another struggle game, 3 of 12. I'd even argue keep Jacob out there for defensive purposes and switch Mathis to the bench. Or even put Paul in. Put Paul in over Gio.
Yeah.
At this point, Paul's probably got better vision. Maybe has better handles, I think you can argue.
Right.
But he plays smarter, and he's not turning the ball over, and he's not missing shots, put it like that. He's taking smart shots.
The one thing I really liked about Mulcahy today, he seemed to fire everyone up in the second half. He was hustling, he was diving. He made obviously the one play where he dove and passed it, and then Montez had the dunk. Yeah. But he just seemed like he was a leader out there. He was hustling. He was trying to rile everybody up to kind of push them along. And I thought he was big today.
Honestly, he might have been the only one that looked like he actually cared.
It looked like he was. It looked like he was trying. It looked like he had full energy and everything.
I don't know how you change that other than like I was talking to you before the show started. Get a coach that gets in your face and screams at you once in a while. Maybe Pike has to change his tune a little bit and stop being Mr. Nice Guy and walk up to him and say, "What the hell are you doing right now?" I don't know. Yeah, I think ideally, I think Paul in the starting lineup might work. I think having both Mathis and Young out there at the same time is not going to work. But I think one of them should go to the bench. It's tough because they're both pretty good on defense, so you want one of them to stay out there. But I don't want to put Jacob on the bench because he's had a decent year. I should say better than decent, above average. But
yeah, he's scoring a lot. But I mean, like we talked about earlier,
starting minutes.
Yeah. I mean, you could come off the bench and he could still, essentially, like you just said, get starting minutes. I mean, he did really well in that role last year, the spark plug off the bench, and I think they need something. And there was one point in the second half where, Plego talked about it tonight too, but he basically subbed everyone out and put basically all the freshmen in, and maybe, and that basically maybe lit a little spark plug, and they kind of played well after that. Ron Harper decided to play and make his shots after that. But
yeah, I know Palmquist came in, and I think he had within a minute, I think he had a turnover, and I was just like, oh my god.
Yeah. The freshmen are, I don't know.
I'm indifferent on them right now still, but it's so early in their career, and then you can throw in the whole COVID thing, but at the same time, Palmquist, play devil's advocate with myself. Palmquist was here since January, so I mean, there's no excuse with him.
It's been a year since he's been here.
Mag will give the benefit of the doubt with the injury and the COVID situation again. I think it definitely hurt them a little bit not to practice as much and all these strict rules and all that stuff, but I don't know. I don't know what you do. It definitely was.
It's up to the coaches to figure it out, I guess.
I mean, I'm not getting paid to do it, so I don't know.
Right.
Whatever. It's just annoying to watch. It hurts my head to watch sometimes. The offense just zero flow at all.
Yeah, they could be so good. December, a month ago, they were ranked number 11 in the country, and this team has lost, 5 in a row, 6 to 7, whatever it is now. So
But like when I say it's not moving at all, for people that don't know, you see it all the time. Like it's going between that little space between the block and like the corner. It goes there to die. Like that ball just goes there and it's getting chucked by whoever has it in their hand. Maybe they'll just try to do a quick dribble move, but the ball is still going up. We saw it with Paul past couple games. We saw it with Miles a couple games. Saw it with Caleb a ton today, and I don't know. I don't know what you do to change that, but let's see. Free throws. Second to last in all of Division One.
Yep. Only Maine
Oh
is
my
behind them.
How?
Yep.
When these are the same guys that were hitting nonstop threes early on in the season. One of the top 3-point shooting teams, but you can't hit a free throw, and there's no crowd to distract you. So what's your excuse?
Yeah. I don't know, but I know Pikel says they practice, but I mean he doesn't really know either.
Well, he says they practice. He says they make them in practice, but
right.
At this point, I've said this a million times. It's a mental game, but something has to change. Like I don't know what you do there, but I don't know. Let's see what else. What else did I write down? Yeah, Miles Johnson got captain. We talked about that a little bit. He deserves it. I don't disagree with it. It's a weird timing of it, and then he gave Mamadou captain too. I saw, or he said, I should say. I don't get that one. Really don't.
Yeah, I don't get that one. But I'm a big fan of Miles being a captain now.
Yeah, Miles is kind of the leader, I guess, of the bigs and all that, so that makes sense. Gio is the leader of the team in general. Mm-hmm. I don't know where the Mamadou captain status fits in. I'm not gonna harp on him too much, but it just very questionable decision.
Yeah. I mean, off the court, I mean, he seems very, very likable. He just doesn't get minutes.
Yeah, it's just he doesn't do anything. I don't even think he has a role anymore. Like we didn't see him today. When Cliff's back, like when Cliff's healthy, he's not playing. Mm-hmm. And even when Cliff was out, we started to see Reiber, however you say it, started to take his minutes anyway. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I've just never seen a captain that doesn't play.
Right.
Whatever. Who was it last year? Quasi?
Yeah, we saw Chris Laviano be named a captain, but he wasn't. He didn't start. I mean, that's a whole nother story. But.
Oh, we'll talk about the Chris Ash naming Gio the captain too.
Maybe that's what I meant. Maybe. No, I think yeah.
Richie named captain, and he's not even starter until game 8, 9, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I meant.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Chris Ash every single stream we do now. Like, good for you, Chris.
He's in the NFL now.
Yeah, making money. I can't wait to watch Jacksonville get 6 wins. Whatever, dude.
Hey, bowl game, right? 6 wins?
To be the first bowl game he's been to in a while. Did Texas make one? I don't even know.
I don't know. Probably.
That doesn't count. Texas. We're not going to count that. Let's see what else. Let's see what's kind of questions we got over here.
Sure.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to submit them in the chat over to I think the right of Chris, if you're looking at the screen correctly. Anything at all, we'll try our best to answer it. Ugly performance. I think I've ripped into them quite a bit already. Does Penn State have any chance to make it to the dance? I don't know what their exact record is, but it ain't pretty, so probably not. I don't know. It's weird because the Big Ten's very good, so it's hard to argue this from a strength of schedule standpoint. Also, how much is that going to matter with the whole COVID thing? And guys, what did Rutgers play? 4 out-of-conference games? Mm-hmm. They beat number 15 Virginia Tech, but then they same thing as Rutgers. They had 5 Big Ten losses in a row, and they bounced back against Rutgers, and that's going to be a big win for their resume.
Yeah,
getting the Rutgers win. If they would have beat
obviously they missed. I mean, I don't really follow their team much, but I know they miss a lot of time. But
yeah, honestly, they have a shot. I'll put it like that. They definitely have a shot, just because VMI, no one really cares about. That's like whatever, cool. Mm-hmm. You beat Virginia Commonwealth. It's a decent win. I don't know if it was quad 1 or not. I don't know where VCU ranks currently. Virginia Tech's a quad 1 win, number 15 when they beat them.
That's a hard place to play.
If they would have beat Seton Hall, that would have been a big one. They took them to overtime. Lost to Michigan, who's probably the top team in the conference right now. Lost to Illinois, who's probably top 2, 3 in the conference right now. Mm-hmm. Lost to Indiana in overtime, who's a very good team. Upper half of the conference. Purdue, it's probably upper half of the conference, and then Illinois again. They have a shot. They honestly really do. I know a lot of people have been projecting like 10 Big Ten teams in the tournament, which would be crazy. I think the last time they had the tournament, it was 9 Big Ten teams, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
What else we got here? Bobby, what's going on, man? Let's see. Chris Ching, miss hearing this sound at the stadium. The fight song in the beginning.
The intro.
Yeah. I'm gonna stop doing that because it's just bringing up bad vibes for people. I'll play the. I actually got you next time, Chris. I'll play the hum, the whole like. Ooh. Who wants to protest at the rack tomorrow? Oh God. Ron Harper's a joke. I can't stand him. Ron Harper's the only reason they were in that game.
Yep.
So.
Yep. He caught fire.
I'd be careful with that one. That was he caught fire in the end. What do you have? 14 points in the second.
Yeah, I think he finished with 18 total, something like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
He caught fire in the end. 7-15 overall. Second half, he 5 of 10. Still not good. But you could tell he was the minute he had that alley-oop dunk.
Yep.
I kind of thought the team was going to turn it on a little bit. They got the juice going. That and then the Mathis dunk. It just you could feel like the team might have had like a chance. They shot 60% from 3 in the second half. Where was that team for the first 11, 12 minutes of the game?
Yep.
I don't know what happened or who sparked them or who lit a fire under their ass, but someone did, and they turned it on. They turned on the Jets, but
I mean, I know the one play where I talked about before when Mulcahy dove and passed it, to Montez. Then he made the dunk.
Yeah, hopefully in the future I can figure out how to throw that up here real quick. It's gonna be tough, but I think there's a way. But anyway, they just couldn't stop them on the defensive end in the second half. 41. I know they outscored them technically, but 40. It was too late by the time they caught fire, and then they gave up 41 in general. It's just.
Yeah, every time, they got it down to 4 points a couple of times, but Penn State had an answer every time essentially.
Yeah.
And then they made the free throws late.
Yeah, it's just that's another thing. You hit your free throws, and what's the difference in score? Yeah. I know it's dumb to look at it like that, but
I mean it's true. I mean, I was talking to somebody earlier, like again with the free, they're like again with the free throws. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna keep talking about it until it gets fixed,
until they start making them. That's a game changer in majority of games. You hit those 5 free throws that they missed, and then right away, like you're what 3, 4, 5. You're 3 points down.
Sure, and a lot of the times they miss front ends of 1-on-1s too, so that doesn't help you at all.
Yeah, I don't get it. Usually you make the first one, but yeah, it's just the free throws are just so bad. Like I don't know how you change it. I really don't know. Like from our perspective, we've seen it, and it's just we've seen it, and it's just that like how do you change that other than sit there and make everyone sit there for an hour until they make what 10 in a row, 15 in a row, 20 in a row?
Man, they got longer than an hour to make 10. Man, sheesh.
I'm saying like I
know what you mean though.
Go back to like the old high school method and just. Put the whole team out there. Everyone has to hit one twice, and if you miss one, that's 1 suicide. You miss 2. Someone misses one, that's 2 suicides, 3 suicides, 4. You're running. I don't know who's in charge of practice tomorrow. If it's Peichel or Brandon Knight or Steve Hain, Carl Hobbs, whoever, they better have these guys running up and down the court and just sitting at that free throw line when they're not. That's it.
Yeah.
I think I'm good.
I don't know.
I
like there's a comment from Bobby too about Paul having heart. Yeah, I talked about Paul before, man. He was great tonight. Like I said, man, he gave effort. He had the heart. He wanted to win. He pumped everyone up. So
yeah, I said it before. I think Paul and Jacob are the only ones that actually show like they want to be there 24/7. I feel like some of the guys miss a layup. I've said it before. Miles, I think you saw it early game. Miles too. There's a time where Gio wasn't playing, and they put in that 5 substitution lineup for 4. What was it? 4 freshmen, 3 freshmen, 3 freshmen, Paul and Caleb, and Gio's on the bench. And someone took a screenshot and tweeted it out. Actually, he's just like this, like the whole time, just sad as could be, and it's just, it's like that's such a tough situation. I get you're missing, but if you're the captain, you can't be doing that. You can't show emotion. You have to do what Paul did, and you have to be that guy that's even like when one of the freshmen messed up, like. Or no, who was it? It was Caleb, actually. Caleb took one of those patent in mid-range contested shots I was talking about.
Yeah,
And,
he put up a couple of questions.
and Caleb came down the court like smirking, and you just saw Paul run up to him and just start like telling him like, dude, you have to be smarter than that. Like pass it out or do something. And then like Caleb's like complete expression changed, but that's just a little clip I saw, so I can only imagine what else.
Yeah.
they
No,
say to
I
each
did.
other.
I did see that too. Yep.
Yeah. So let's see what else we got in here. It's the same game over and over, pretty much. Well, I thought last game, I honestly thought was the Wisconsin game. I thought it was going to turn around from there.
Mm-hmm.
They played great defense. They couldn't buy a bucket. It's fine. If you play phenomenal defense, then all right, you got one facet of the game down. Then there's free throws. Then there's offense. That's how I look at it. And just 2 out of 3, missing 2 out of 3 is not going to cut it. It's just not. Today, they missed 3 out of 3, and they got their offense going with, 8 minutes, but they still gave up bucket after bucket after bucket.
Yep.
And this is a Penn State team. You know what? I'm going to go back and say they will make the tournament. This is a Penn State team that didn't even have their best shooter on the court. In Miles Dredd, I think his name is.
Yep, he was out. Yep.
Who I think hit the game winner last year actually against Rutgers. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it was him.
It was a close game on the road. I remember that.
I remember. I think Aquazi. I looked it up before. Aquazi went up to contest the 3 off a screen or something, and so I think it was Miles Dredd hit.
Oh yeah, it was Miles Dredd.
Miles Dredd hit the game winner against them last year.
Yep, 3-pointer.
I don't. So now here's where it comes into play that the announcers keep bringing up, and I don't know. Is the not having the rack that big of a factor? Is it like you think you win that Iowa game and that Ohio State game, and you can even argue the Wisconsin game if the people are inside the rack?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Maybe.
the coaches have always said, Rutgers is like 10 points better at home with the crowd.
Which is an insane thing to say, but
yeah. But the same thing, you should be able to win on the road then too. I mean, obviously you have to travel, you have to do all that stuff, but
you got to create your own.
You had to create your own energy, create your own atmosphere.
Someone said it. I don't know if it was either Peichel or one of the players, or heck, it might have been even like a different game I was watching on ESPN or something. I know they said like the biggest thing going into the season is just creating your own energy and momentum since there's no one there, and we just haven't seen it yet. We've seen it early on in the season. You saw like bench getting hyped. Everyone's like, let's go. But now, like the minute they miss, everyone's just like drooping their head down, and it's sad.
Exactly. It's a confidence thing. I think it's all mental at this point. It's the body language thing. As soon as they miss, like you talked about it before, like heads are down and everything. So
yeah, Isaiah Brockington, he's a pretty nice player. I kind of like him. He doesn't look bad. He scores. He almost played every single minute. Let's talk about that. 37 minutes for him. Yikes. The other kid that I liked was former Rutgers target and Sam Sessoms, the Albany or Alabama Birmingham, one of the two. He transferred in. I know Rutgers actually wanted him this offseason, but I forgot who else they landed instead. But he looks very good. He looked very good as a just tinier guard, but he played decent defense. What did he score?
9, I think.
9 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and how many minutes? Where's the minutes?
Yeah, he only had one foul.
Yeah, 9, 4, 2, and 3 steals, and that's exactly why Peichel liked them. Defensive guard, point guard that could dribble. It looks like he played. I'm telling you, good on defense. He looks solid. I like him. Let's see what other questions we got. When's the next game from Chris? Indiana Sunday noon at Indiana. Big Ten Network. I'm not confident.
No, you can't be confident.
You really can't be at this point. I told you this. I thought they might have came into this game and won. Yikes. But the only bright side is that Indiana, Nebraska win. Actually, their last 5. They lost to Purdue by 12. Beat Nebraska by 8. Lost to Wisconsin in double overtime by 7.
I watched.
I don't know if
I watched the Nebraska. I watched one of the games where they won late in the game.
They beat Maryland by 8, and then they beat Penn State in overtime. So they're not crazy good. They're 8-6, but they're getting like some pretty close wins.
Yeah, they have Jackson Davis still there.
Yes. And if you guys don't know, that is the older brother of Taven Jackson, Rutgers football's 2022 QB target out of somewhere in Indiana. I forget the city, but very good player. I think he's 4-star actually in our rankings. But Trace Jackson-Davis will be in NBA next year, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Averages 20 a game. My concern is, can Ron stop him?
Mm-hmm.
25.
I think he might be the center. I could.
Is he playing center for you?
I think
Or is
so.
there 4? Maybe I'm wrong.
Or yeah, either. I know he's pretty tall.
Actually,
he's 6'9". He's 6'9".
That game's on right now. I forgot. 16 minutes left in the second half. Jackson,
which game?
Iowa, Indiana right now.
Oh.
15:47 left in the second half. He's got 14 and 4. Luka's got 18 and 6. So they're going back and forth.
Mm-hmm. It's a close game.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one, actually. I'm going to tune into that right after this.
Sure.
If you guys aren't watching, I would definitely recommend watching that. Get a quick preview, too.
Yeah.
That's what we got here. Oh, that's cool. What other questions? Mathis is so frustrating. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if you have anything else to say about that. He's not hitting anything. He's missing just about every shot.
Yeah, he's for the last couple of games now, he's been driving to the hoop and not nothing's going down. And today I remember today at some points, I know he made a really nice move getting to the hoop, but it got blocked. And then another time, he was in the paint. He put up a shot. He thought he was going to get fouled, or he thought he was fouled. So he kind of quickly put it up, and he missed. And just a lot of misses. And again, the free throws, the outside shots, everything.
25.
He had a couple games where, the one game where he couldn't miss. He went 5 for 5 from 3.
Yeah.
And really since then, the whole team has been down.
25% against Michigan State. 33% against Ohio State. 16% against Wisconsin, and then today he was 3 of 12. What's the math? I don't even know.
Yeah, it has been pretty.
25%. 25%. Is that right? Yeah, I think so. 25% against Penn State. 3 points, 7 points, 2 points, 8 points. You cannot be playing 27 minutes and score that little.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get it. Whenever you hit your, I get it. He's a good defender, and he had 2 steals, which isn't bad, but cut his minutes a little bit. Maybe try to platoon him and Jacob like in that defensive role. I don't know. I really don't know what you do at this point with this team.
Yeah. You gotta switch it up.
Something has to change. But yeah. I don't think subbing out all 5 players when you don't really have a bench scorer is the answer. Because look at that lineup. Is Paul going to be your main scorer? He shouldn't be. He can shoot once in a while, but he shouldn't be your main scorer. Caleb, I guess, could take over at times. Still wouldn't make him the main scorer. I'd have him as like a second, third option maybe. You don't know what the hell you have in Palmquist and Mag, so I guess it's a crapshoot there. They were both touted it as 3-point shooters. I think Palmquist especially coming into their freshman year at Rutgers, they were both like known as 3-point shooters, and then all of a sudden they're just nothing. I don't know.
It seems like when Oster wants to shoot, he rushes.
Yeah, and you sure as hell are not running that offense through Cliff. That's without a question. I don't know what I mean. I
actually liked Cliff's side. He seemed like he was aggressive. Trying to score more.
Yeah, until he didn't box out like multiple times. It's just like so many easy rebounds that they should have, and it's just like, what are you doing? Like, you should have there was one where he was in the trying to think. I guess it was the first half now because I was on the opposite end of the court. But he literally was like this, looking at the board, and all of a sudden you just saw Farrar, I think his name is, their big man, just ran right around him and just grabbed it. And it just leads to so many. I think they had a bunch of offensive rebounds too, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they had 10.
12 offensive rebounds total. 6 in the first, 6 in the second. So, I mean.
12, yeah.
Yeah, it's just not a good look. They got to change something up. I do think maybe moving Cliff back to the starting lineup might help a little bit. I don't know if it's going to help a ton with Miles, but it should help.
Right.
And then the guard lineups just have to the rotations. You got to do something. I don't know what else you could do really after that. If it's not working then it's lost cause, I guess, this season.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
It's getting there. They still have 11 games. Still have 11 games left. But
yeah. Well, let me ask you this. When do we get to the point where they're going to the NIT?
I mean, if they keep losing, I don't know. If they keep losing, maybe they don't go anywhere. But
yeah,
which is, I don't know. I mean, they
got to make the NIT at least.
Yeah, I mean, they have to beat Indiana coming up. They have I know they have Minnesota, Michigan State coming up, Northwestern. So
yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it now. It's not pretty by any means.
I mean, every team in the Big Ten, it's gonna be a big game. But I mean, these next, I thought today it should like. I don't know. I know fans are upset. Fans are, in panic mode. But
yeah, I think what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, 11 games are left. Nebraska, I'll count that one as a win.
Yeah, I thought today was going to be a win, so maybe not. I don't know.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, okay, I count it right. 11 games. I'm going to count Nebraska as a win. I just think they're very bad. There's no way around it. They're just a very bad team.
Mm-hmm.
If you got to sneak this Indiana win. This would be big if they could sneak that one.
Mm-hmm.
They're you know what? No, they're 100% coming into this game as underdogs. Doesn't matter what Indiana does.
Oh, sure. Tonight. I think they might be underdogs today.
They were. They were
2-point
underdogs.
Yeah. Okay.
2 or 2.5. I forget. But yeah, that's got to change. If you could sneak the Indiana win, I mean, you're looking right back at the NCAA tournament. Not gonna be a high seed by any means.
Oh yeah.
We're going from you writing about them being, what were they projected? Number 2?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you are the jinx, but we'll ignore that. If you guys want to yell at him in the chat,
I won't write between now and Sunday, and we'll see what happens.
There you go. Yell at him in the chat about predicting what was it? Rutgers number 2 seed in a tournament.
Yeah.
Who was it? This is actually everyone's favorite buddy.
CBS.
Was it Jerry Palm?
Yeah.
Oh, everyone's favorite Rutgers fan, Jerry Palm. Guy who didn't even predict Rutgers to make the tournament last year. Clown. Sorry, I'm talking a lot of shit today. I'm in a mood. Yeah. No, you sneak that Indiana game, and then things are looking right back on pace. Now you lose that Indiana game.
Sure.
You lose Michigan State. It might come down to beating Northwestern because you're going to play them twice, and Minnesota. You're probably going to lose too, actually. Iowa lose.
Oh yeah.
This is just hypotheticals. Obviously, anything can happen, but
sure.
But Minnesota, Iowa, Michigan, Minnesota again. Those are probably 4 losses. So you just counting now. Obviously, anything can happen again. But if you lose to Indiana, you're looking ugly. You're looking really, really ugly right now.
Then Michigan State. That's obviously a tough game. I know that one's home, but
still.
They should have beat them on the road. Michigan State.
Well, this is the same team that absolutely destroyed them. What was it? Yeah. 68-45. Yeah. Someone's got to step up. Yeah. I don't know who. I don't know who step up.
Maybe we'll see Paul. Kind of light more of a fire under the
3 of 3 today. 2 of 2. Paul's consistent. He's not going to be the leading scorer, but I think someone needs to step up scoring wise. If Gio's not hitting, if Ron's doing whatever he can. That's another thing with Ron. Why did he not drive more? I mean, we saw in the second half, he got that one, I think it was an AM1 actually, where he was driving, he was hitting it. Or maybe it wasn't AM1, he just got shoved a little bit. But where's the old school Ron where we saw him cutting and driving and even on that the alley-oop? Perfect pick, rolled right to the basket, wide open. We haven't seen that Ron over the past 5 games. Maybe it's an injury, maybe it's not. Gio's excuse, it could be the same thing. It could be an injury still. We don't really know, but if he's not fully healthy, then give him a game off and then let him get rest and let him get back to normal and back to game shape because you're not going to win many games, if any games, in the postseason if you even make it there. So you're going to have to win a couple of these games. It's going to be tough.
Sure.
Let's go back to these questions.
Yeah.
Those suicides tomorrow might come in handy. Plus the rebounding killed us. We went over that. I don't see us making the tournament. Nah, Mason, I wouldn't go that far. They're still a tournament team right now. I know everyone's doom and gloom because it's not looking pretty, but you got to remember Rutgers also had a really bad. Pikel brought this up. A really bad streak last year where I think they lost 5 or 6 games in a row. All right, so in February, they lost 1, 2.
I think it was like 6 of 8
3,
at some point.
4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 of 8 exactly. 6 of 8 in February last year. Not pretty, but I know it's not 5 in a row. But
Right.
6 of 8 is still pretty damn bad, especially when you're losing to Michigan twice, which sucked. But
yeah, I mean,
'cause you
they
probably
and
could've
and
won
they did come up big late. Win over Maryland at Purdue. But
yeah, that's why if they would have snagged this win after coming back, that momentum just would have carried them through.
I think they need something positive. I mean, I know I kind of asked Pikel about it today, but you gotta do what you did in the last, what is it, like 10 minutes of the game.
I don't know
today,
what something happened to them. I don't know what happened. Something changed and just lit that fire under them, and they caught fire. But it's still the defense. Like, I don't know if it's something about the word Rutgers and defense, because like the football team struggled defensively a little bit. Now the basketball team's struggling defensively. What happens with the word defense? And that's another thing. It's not one of Pikel's. This isn't a Pikel team. This Pikel's teams are known for rebounding and defense. Even the announcers brought it up. They're like, this just doesn't look Pikel-like. It's like they always bring the intensity. Probably not the best scoring teams every night in and night out, but they're not getting on the boards. They're not boxing out. They're not following their shots, which annoys me more than anything.
They seem a step slow. Yeah.
I get it if you're cocky and you think you're going to make it, whatever. But someone's got to follow their shot. Like, you're not making every single one. So, what else we got in here? Coach has got to go. No, he's not going anywhere. That's what Tux Brown said. Coach has got to go. He knows the recipe. The boys need to get their psych back and psych checked. They need to be aggressive. Yeah, they definitely need to be more aggressive, but Coach Pikel's not going anywhere. He's your coach for the next, I don't even know. What's his contract? 5 years, 6 years, 7 years?
He just signed an extension last year.
He's not going anywhere. He's recruiting at a better level than most coaches have here at Rutgers. He's complete night and day, a whole 180 from Eddie Jordan, who was a complete disaster. Remember Eddie Jordan someone asked him, how do you teach rebounding? And he said something like,
he said something like
they're old enough, they should know how to rebound by now. Like, what? What? I don't know. That man was full of quotes. Don't get me wrong, Rutgers legend. I give him props.
Sure.
Hell of a basketball player. But you got to look at the same time, like when he was hired, if you look at his NBA coaching career, it's always been kind of shitty. There's no other way to put it. But let's see what else we got in here. They need to be pushed harder. Mason said they need to be pushed harder. Yeah, 100%. We just went over that. I think you and me both agree on this one. He needs to yell or something. I want to see Mad Pikel. I want to see. I'm taking off the zipper, the quarter zip Adidas jacket, pissed off Pikel, and throw the jacket on the ground. I love watching Tom Izzo. That's one of my favorite coaches, and I just love watching him scream at the top. He'll be up 15-20, and he's still screaming at the top of his lungs, and it's just, I love it. I love every minute of it.
Yeah.
And it gets guys hyped.
Yeah.
Coach technically has the one tech, I guess, even though I think it was an assess to the bench.
I think technically it wasn't.
You gotta get mad. I want to see a tech out of you, Pikel. Give him a free throw. Give him the ball. They probably have the ball at that point, but get pissed. Get these guys riled up and don't go Bobby Knight and throwing a chair and stuff. But I mean,
hey, I mean,
hear
if he
me
throws
out.
a chair,
That will get your team hyped.
Yeah, if he throws a chair, he's getting tech.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, if he throws a chair, I'd be surprised if he's even on the court for the next game or two. Jeez.
I mean, I know. He still said it was on me, but or on him, I should say. But
he admitted it. He knows.
Yeah, but at the same time, I know he's not going to publicly, say anything bad about his players, but I mean, I know he owes credit to other team for doing this and doing that,
but in private, you should be yelling at them and screaming. Like, I'm
sure.
I don't know. You can't. It's so tough because everyone's like anti-yelling nowadays. And then on top of that, like with the Mike Rice situation that happened here,
Mhm.
you got to be careful. But I do think yelling occasionally will work, and I'm sure he's going to rip them a new one in practice tomorrow. Whether it's yelling or whether it's just, I don't know, suicides nonstop.
Something.
It's going to work, I'm telling you. Run suicides for 2 hours straight, nothing else. And then hit free throws for an hour straight. That's it. What else we got? Mason said we need the Indiana game. Yeah, we talked about that. Jason said if we don't beat Indiana, it's all but over. Yeah, that's pretty spot on. Tuck said Rutgers ain't no fluke. They know the blueprint, just have no aggression. No, I don't think they're a fluke at all. I think they're just in a really bad, very bad slump, and it's hard to get out of those. I think eventually you'll get out of it, and you'll see the Rutgers of old. Maybe maybe this isn't their year. Maybe they don't make the tournament.
Yeah.
Maybe you use that as motivation, saying, hey, we were at 1 point, number 11, 10?
Yeah, 11. Yeah. I mean, they had a players-only meeting last week, Miles Johnson was saying, and they talked about exactly that. But it didn't carry over.
I hate that everyone overrates the players-only meetings. It's always like, oh, this must be on the coaching staff now because it's the players-only meeting. No, it's just the guys all talking together when no one else is around trying to figure out amongst themselves what the problem is. That's all it is.
I like it. I liked it.
I like it. I just don't like that everyone reads so much into them.
Mm.
Like, it's not the NBA. If you're having an NBA players-only meeting, it's like, all right, yeah, that coach is gone next week. That's it. But let's see. Jason said Paul could be a great leader like tonight. He was trying to boost up everyone's confidence. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we talked about that. We talked about just about everything, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Getting ready to end this soon. Rebounds, steals, threes, the identity as team. Thus it should be. I don't think it should be anything else. I think it should be defense. Steals, so I guess that's technically defense. Rebounding and just hitting threes. Or most of your points should come from transition, I think. If you're that good of a defensive team.
That's what Pico always wants. He wants the guys to play D and then get out in transition. But they haven't been able to do that because they haven't been able to get stopped, really. So
there's just no excuse at that point. Someone asked me how much do they miss Aquazi and Coach Jay Young. I'll let you go first with that one if you want.
I mean, I liked Quasi last year. He was, he made shots. But Jay Young was obviously a good coach. He's a head coach now. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, I think Aquazi is definitely a big loss just because you have that other consistent 3-point threat. Number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, he actually turned out to be a solid defender. I don't think he was bad on defensive end at all. And number three, he was a leader. You need a leadership guy in that. Maybe you don't have that guy currently, but just having like that, there's a reason NBA teams add these veteran guys. Might not play a ton, but like it's just there for like confidence boost and to help coach up a little bit.
Sure.
And Jay Young, though, I think losing Jay Young hurts so bad.
Yeah, I mean it's been
2 years, right?
2 years, yeah.
Like 2 years. Yeah, this is the second season without Jay Young, so it doesn't. You don't see it as much anymore. I think last year you saw it a lot with Miles hedging on those screens, number one. I don't think Stephen Haynes bad at all. I think he's a solid coach. I think he knows what he's talking about. I think it's just Jay Young's one of the premier big man coaches in the country, and that's why he has a head coaching job currently. I actually don't know how Fairfield's doing right now, but I'm sure he'll have them up and up soon enough. Let's see what else we got. The air went out after the Iowa loss. It's like the loss mentally washed this team out. But to say the coach needs to go, no. Coach isn't going nowhere. Iowa loss definitely hurt. That hurt.
Yeah, we talked about that previously.
Yeah, it's a bad loss, and I think that little 2-point win, if you just say you hypothetically win that game, it's a complete game changer.
Sure.
And it's all about momentum. That's what this league is, and that's what it's always going to be. Yikes. And, yeah, someone else brought up the Ohio State game where the refs kind of screwed them over quite a bit. I hate to blame the refs. I hate using that excuse, but definitely screwed over Miles, and I think Mamadou had like 3 or 4 fouls in that game, too, and Reber had 2. Yikes. That game hurt, too, a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The Michigan games were tough, especially the loss at the rack. Yeah, I think he's talking about last year, I guess. Yeah, those were 2 tough ones, especially because I thought Rutgers was going to get that revenge game after the MSG one. But Yeah, man, I wish we were at MSG. I think this was the game. No, was this the game?
No, against Michigan State. They were supposed to play Michigan
And
State
then
at the
Penn State wrestling, right?
maybe.
I think that's what it was.
I remember looking up while we were there last year, man. Yeah,
Damn,
that was a good time.
that kind of sucks because we would be right now we'd be getting ready to go to MSG next week, and I would have been pretty hyped. I love New York City. Now it's like a ghost town, I heard. But it's sad.
Yeah, my brother-in-law is working from home, and but actually two of my brother-in-laws work in the city, but they're working from home.
Yeah, my cousin does too. Big Seton Hall fan, alum. Ugh. Every time something happens, I get a text from him. Like even tonight, he's just like, "Yeah, oh, I saw Rutgers lost to Penn State. Penn State was home, right?" I said, "Yeah, why?" He goes, "Seton Hall beat them at home." I was like, "Oh my god, here we go." Let's see. The rack would have been crazy this year. I agree. They could have won some of those games. Yeah, I talked about that. No aggression, no fight, no bite. That is the mantra. I'm gonna steal that from you and use it in an article. Jason said next year we most likely won't have Gio. I don't know. I really don't know where Gio fits into this team next year.
I'm not sure either. Yeah.
Especially with the struggles. I think his minutes are down too. He has 27 this year. Plus, he's been injured. Do you really want to? No offense to Gio, at this point, do you want to throw your body on the line again for another season when you could probably just go, I don't know, somewhere overseas is going to take him, and go make some money. Go make some money playing basketball. Enjoy your life. Yeah, his minutes are down a little bit. His points per game are down. I think he's actually regressed over the past 2 years. Yeah, so he's regressed.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen we
haven't seen him fully healthy.
We haven't gotten a signature Gio game.
No, I don't know if we will at this point.
I don't know if he will. To be honest, he's not their main guy right now.
No, he can come back if he wants. Tux Brown said, "You make your destiny. The boys must fight, show aggression." Someone's got to go in that locker room and tell them that. Like basically, like, hey boys, we lose this next game, we are screwed. Like this is it. This is game time. Either it's make or break right now. Like we have to show up against this Indiana team. We get this win, and that's just the start. Yeah. Don't look past it though. I hate so many teams look past these little games. It's like, oh, if we win this one and win that one and win this one, we can do it because we're not playing, so it doesn't matter. But you guys, or the players, I guess, cannot be doing that. You can't be looking past anything. Gio going to be 5th year. We just answered that. Right. Craig Epstein's in here. He's talking some crap about my Nets. I don't like it, Craig. Keep it to yourself, Craig. Aren't you a Knicks fan, buddy? All right then. Nets don't have to play defense. They have 3 stars, buddy. They have 3 of the top, 20 players in the league.
Yeah, they lost, though.
I don't want to hear it, Chris. And you put Suns. Yeah, all right. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, they got that dub. They got that dub last night.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. I'm not concerned. I'm also a Nets fan. Last night was pissed. Yeah, Jason, it was... Colin Sexton's good. Colin Sexton's very good. We need fans back. I want to get season tickets next year. I definitely recommend. I think it's worth. I think this team, especially in that environment alone, it's one of the top 10 environments in college basketball, in my opinion. I don't think there's any question about it.
Yeah.
I think the fact that it's an old gym makes it even that much more like, I don't know, it gives you like a old school basketball type vibe. Like I went to Notre Dame for a football game. They still have wooden bleachers. It's kind of cool, like stuff like that. Like I feel like it makes the game better because it's like kind of that old school feel and everything. But I mean, they definitely need a facelift, like out front though. Out front of the rack is just ugly. And speaking of, I don't know if you saw my tweet today. I got quite a few of responses. This baseball they tweeted a picture of the baseball field, and all you could see was the light of what's the complex? Is it the Fred Hill complex?
Yeah, Fred Hill.
You see that lit up, and then it's just like the stadium dark. And
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
Come on, like it's too easy. They need lights there. They need lights really bad. Let's see. Lift weights and stay aggressive, dude. I'm not even letting them lift weights tomorrow. I'm telling you, these guys are running. Mason said used to have football season tickets. Tuck said New Brunswick's a ghost town. I mean, Yeah, I don't think any students are on campus, right? Anything like that.
Yeah.
Does that play into it, you think? Not that, like,
Oh
they'll...
yeah, sure. I'm sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
just
I mean,
basically you're sitting in your room or in the gym 24/7, pretty much, I would
right.
think. I don't know. I mean, like, lack of social life might, like, play a little bit into, like, the down in the droops type vibe that you're getting from this team, like, night
Yeah.
in, night out.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, couple more questions, and we're going to wrap it up. That's all about... Okay, who said they love Gary Nova? Gary's a good guy. He's a very nice guy. One of the best quarterbacks. They haven't had
Yeah.
a
Hey,
quarterback.
I know a lot of kind of got him a lot, but I knew Rutgers was gonna miss him when he left,
Oh, yeah.
and they have.
Watch the TV. Richie, you at College Avenue Student Center? No, I'm in my bedroom. I'm not in College Avenue Student Center. I'm just hanging out. You see my little banner back there? It's like leftover from my uncle. I figure I threw it up in the background. It'd be kind of cool. It's old school too. The whole New Jersey Rutgers thing. Obviously you see my hat collection. No, wrong way. No, wrong way again. Kind of behind me. New York Red Bull fan, of course. Season tickets. My dad, uncle, cousin.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Anything else you want to chime in on? I think we kind of went over how this team sucks. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. But
Kind
turn it
of touched on
around.
it all, but yeah,
Like,
I mean they have to win Indiana.
I play
wins
better
on Sunday.
defense. You need me to come out there and come to the RWJ Barnabas Center and play one-on-one with some of you guys? Is that what it takes? I'd lock some of you up. I'm not going to score on you guys, but looking at you, Jacob, I'd lock you up. Oh, I'm just kidding. Maybe I'm not. You never know.
Yeah, I'll defend Miles. We'll see how that goes.
Oh, I'm just. Oof. He's gonna back you down. It's gonna be ugly.
Oh, absolutely. I'm like 5'4". Relax.
That's why I said Jacob. I gave myself at least a little bit of leeway, and I'm like, all right, 6'2". Like I could probably pull it off. Like
Maybe
I've guarded D1 guys before at the YMCA, if that counts.
I used to play with Carl Towns.
Yeah, oh well, Marcus Towns. I was gonna say same thing, but
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Let's wrap it up. Guys, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button down below. There's a little bell thing that's gonna pop up. Hit that. It'll notify you anytime we go live, anytime we post a video, which is like every other day pretty much. Tomorrow, Scott Goodale, Rutgers wrestling coach, talks to us. I don't even know who they play. Ohio State this weekend. I think they wrestle.
Yep.
It's going to be a good matchup. I still think Ohio State's probably the better team, but we'll let Lex decide that, our wrestling writer. Hit like. Don't hit dislike. Stay away from that button. Subscribe button. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. And be sure to share our videos and follow us on social media that you're going to see pop up in like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that ain't it. There we go. Got it. All right. See you guys later. Have a good night.